How to think in English without translating. If you've ever tried to speak English and found yourself silently translating every word from your native language before saying it, this video is for you. You know that slow, frustrating feeling when your mind races to find the right English word, but your tongue just won't move fast enough. The truth is, you're not bad at English. Your brain is just using an old system. And today, we'll learn how to break free from translation and start thinking directly in English, naturally, confidently, and fluently. Let's begin with an important truth. Translation slows you down. When you translate, your brain does double work. It hears the thought in your native language, searches for an English match, checks if it sounds right, and then allows you to speak. That delay is what makes your sentences feel broken or hesitant. Fluency is not about knowing more words. It's about speed of thought. And speed comes only when your mind starts building English thoughts automatically. So how can you train your mind to do that? The first step is immersion. Surround yourself with English as much as possible, not as a subject, but as a language of life. Change your phone language to English, listen to English podcasts while walking, read short English posts on social media, or watch YouTube videos with English subtitles. The more your brain sees and hears English naturally, the more it starts forming patterns without needing translation. Next, start with simple self-talk in English. You don't need big vocabulary or complicated grammar. Begin with the basics. Describe what you're doing. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm going to work. I'm making tea. These tiny sentences train your brain to connect actions with English words directly, skipping your native language. Over time, this self-talk becomes automatic. You'll find yourself thinking in English without even realizing it. Another powerful step is to name everything around you in English. When you look at your phone, say phone. When you see your bed, say bed. When you pick up a cup, say cup. It sounds too simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You're teaching your brain to link objects with English words, the same way a child learns their first language. Children don't translate. They associate words directly with objects and actions. That's the secret you must rediscover as an adult learner. Let's talk about one habit that keeps most learners stuck: thinking in grammar rules. When you start forming sentences, don't stop to ask yourself, is this the right tense, or did I use the correct preposition? That slows your thinking. Instead, speak naturally first, even if it's not perfect. Grammar can be polished later. The more you speak without hesitation, the faster your mind adjusts to English thinking. Fluency comes from flow, not from perfect accuracy. One of the best exercises to speed up your English thinking is picture storytelling. Look at a picture for 30 seconds and describe everything you see in English. For example, if you see a photo of a park, say there are children playing, the sun is shining, a man is walking his dog. Don't translate, just describe what your eyes see. This method activates your visual memory and connects it directly with English vocabulary. It's fun, creative, and one of the most effective mental workouts for fluency. You can also practice 1-minute thinking challenges. Set a timer for 1 minute and talk continuously in English about any topic: your day, your favorite movie, or what you plan to do tomorrow. Don't stop. Don't correct yourself. Just keep speaking. Even if you run out of words, use fillers like actually, so. Just like native speakers do. The goal isn't perfection, it's momentum. The more you do this, the less your brain will rely on translation. Another technique is word substitution. Start replacing small common words in your daily thoughts with English ones. For example, if you think chai garam hai, replace chai with tea and say tea garam hai. Slowly increase the English portion of your thoughts until your whole sentence turns into English. It's a natural and smooth transition, and you won't even feel when your brain stops translating completely. Let's talk about listening practice, because this is where most learners get stuck. When you listen to native speakers, don't try to translate every word. Focus instead on understanding the main idea. Train your ear to catch expressions, rhythm, and tone. Over time, your brain starts recognizing whole phrases as one unit, not as separate words. That's how native-like thinking develops. For example, when you hear "what's up," your brain should instantly understand it as "how are you?" not word by word. Another useful habit is shadowing practice. It's simple. Listen to a short English audio clip and repeat it immediately, trying to match the rhythm, tone, and flow. You'll feel like you're copying, and that's exactly the point. This method forces your brain to think and respond in English speed. You start picking up natural sentence patterns, and slowly, your brain starts predicting the next words, just like a native speaker's mind does. Let's not forget reading aloud. When you read English aloud every day, even for 5 minutes, you train both your mind and your mouth to work together. Your tongue learns the sounds, your brain learns the flow, and your ear starts recognizing what sounds right. This is how you stop thinking in your native language, by making English a natural sound inside your head. But the most important mindset you need is patience. Thinking in English doesn't happen overnight. It's like rewiring your brain. You're teaching it to take a new route. At first, it feels slow, confusing, even tiring. But if you stay consistent, something magical happens. One day, you'll realize you didn't translate before speaking. You just spoke. And that's the day you'll know you've truly started thinking in English. And remember, translation is not your enemy. It's just a stage. Every learner goes through it. But don't live there forever. Push yourself out of that comfort zone. Challenge your brain daily. Speak, listen, and live in English as much as possible. Fluency doesn't come from studying English. It comes from using English. Not sometimes, but every single day. So stop waiting for your brain to be ready. Stop translating in your head. Start small. Name things, describe your actions, talk to yourself, read aloud, and shadow real conversations. Bit by bit, your thoughts will start flowing in English naturally. Because when English becomes your thinking language, fluency is no longer a dream. It's your daily reality. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I'd also love to know, which country are you watching from? Drop your flag in the comments below.